My name is Emma. I'm 82 years old, and I wasted 30 years of my life looking for something that was never lost. I spent 3 decades searching for myself, waiting to discover who I really was, believing there was some true version of me buried somewhere deep inside, just waiting to be found. I was wrong. And I want to tell you this now because I don't have much time left. And maybe, if you're lucky, you still do. When I was 23, fresh out of university, everyone around me seemed to know exactly what they wanted. They had plans, careers, directions. I had nothing but questions. Who am I? What am I meant to do? What's my purpose? So I did what people told me to do. I went looking for answers. I quit my first job after 6 months because it didn't feel right. I traveled to India for 4 months, thinking the answer might be in meditation, in silence, in some ashram in the mountains. It wasn't. I came back and tried different jobs, different cities, different relationships, always with the same underlying belief that somewhere out there or somewhere inside me was the real Emma, the one I was supposed to be. And once I found her, everything would click into place. I turned 30, then 35, then 40, still searching. Here's what I didn't see at the time. While I was waiting to find myself, I was passing up real things. A man I loved asked me to move in with him when I was 28. I said no. Not because I didn't love him, but because I wasn't sure yet who I was. How could I commit to someone when I hadn't found myself? He waited for a year. Then he stopped waiting. A small publishing company offered me a junior editor position when I was 31. It wasn't glamorous, but it was real. I turned it down because I thought maybe I was meant to write, not edit. Maybe my true calling was something bigger. I never wrote a book. A friend invited me to join her in starting a small bookshop when I was 34. I said I'd think about it. I thought about it for 6 months. By then, she'd found someone else. Every time, I told myself the same thing. I can't commit to this until I know who I really am. But the truth is, I was using that search as an excuse. An excuse not to choose, not to commit, not to build anything that might turn out to be wrong. When I was 51, my best friend from university died. Cancer. 6 months from diagnosis to the end. At her funeral, her daughter spoke. She talked about how her mother had built a life. Not a perfect life, but a real one. She'd been a teacher, a mediocre gardener, a terrible cook. She'd raised 2 kids, stayed married to the same man for 28 years, volunteered at the local library every Thursday. She hadn't found herself. She just made choices, small ones, every day. And those choices became her life. Sitting there in that church, I realized something that made my chest hurt. I was 51 years old and I had nothing to show for it. No career I'd built, no family I'd raised, no community I'd served. Because I'd been waiting to discover who I was before I started living. I can't get those years back. I can't undo the relationships I walked away from, the opportunities I declined, the commitments I avoided. My friend's daughter will always remember her mother. Who will remember me? I think about this a lot now. About how I believed there was some authentic version of myself out there, like a treasure buried in the ground. All I had to do was dig in the right spot. But that's not how it works. You don't find yourself, you create yourself. Every choice you make, every commitment you keep, every small action you take, that's what builds you. That's what makes you who you are. I wasn't lost. I was just refusing to choose. If you're young, if you're still asking yourself who you really are, let me tell you something. You're not going to find the answer by searching, by traveling, by waiting for some moment of clarity. You find the answer by doing, by choosing something even if you're not sure it's right, by committing to people, to work, to places, by building something, anything, with your own hands. Your identity isn't hiding somewhere inside you. It's created in the small decisions you make every morning, the person you choose to call, the project you decide to finish, the promise you keep even when it's hard. I know this now. I know it because I look back at my life and see that the only real things I have are the things I actually did, not the things I thought about doing while I searched for myself. I work at the library now, have done for the last 15 years. It's not prestigious. It's not what I imagined when I was 23 and full of questions about my purpose. But it's real. I know the regulars by name. I help kids find books. I organize the community reading club every month. And you know what? This is who I am now. Not because I found it, but because I built it. One small choice at a time. I'm 82 years old. I don't have many years left. And when I think about my life, I don't regret the things I tried and failed at. I regret the things I never tried because I was waiting to be sure, waiting to find myself first. The myth of finding yourself is a beautiful lie. It lets you postpone your life indefinitely. It lets you avoid the discomfort of choosing, of committing, of building something that might not be perfect. But perfection isn't the point. Living is the point. If you take anything from this, let it be this. Stop searching and start building. Choose something, anything, and commit to it fully, even if you're scared, even if you're not sure. Because you won't become who you are by looking inward forever. You'll become who you are by doing things, by showing up, by making promises and keeping them. That's how you create yourself. And that's the only way you ever will.